halfway through the book. Yeah. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel if you're new. Make sure to subscribe. Today it's a book video. We're going to read It Starts With Us. I read It Ends With Us. I actually listened to it off of a YouTube as an audiobook. So I don't actually have the book, and I will give you guys my thoughts on it and everything. It's currently 8 o'clock. Let's get to reading. So right now I'm at work, so I've been reading and I can't talk super loud. We read a few chapters and I know I'm gonna love the book, but it's already making me sad because I loved the last book because it was such a good story, but I hate when there's conflict. I hated that it turned out that way just because it's so sad. That's why I don't like that. It's just still sad, but also I'm gonna love it because of like Atlas being in it, but it's just sad to see Ryle and like how it's going. So that's my thoughts so far. Hello guys, so it's in the morning, it's the next day. Okay, I am halfway through the book. I'm just waiting for a twist or some kind of problem to happen, because like in the whole book so far you're just anticipating something to happen and it hasn't happened yet. I'll get to read more. Blue things to do. She wore black and red to prove she's dead inside. Of all the friends she's best at dance. Spoke today, she said. An update you on my book. The sequel to It Ends With Us. I don't want to say this, but I do. I think that I liked this one better because I'm more of a don't like conflict, hate like sad endings kind of person. And I know the other books didn't really end sad, but it also did in my opinion. So I think that's why I really like this one, because it had like a happy ending. In the last book, I like fell in love with Ryle basically, and Atlas wasn't that big of a picture, you know. I just did not expect that, like Ryle to hit her. I guess I know everyone didn't, but I was just so shocked, and so I did not expect it. I guess it's hard because you fall in love with Ryle just like her, and then you're just like hit with that he did that when he was like, it was getting so perfect, like he was the guy that didn't want a relationship but he had this awesome job, but he got in a relationship for her, and then he does that. Like, I just did not expect it. Once I read the first book, I was actually, I thought the writing was good, and I mean it was a good story, but I actually like didn't love it because it just made me mad, I guess. And I know like good books are gonna do that, like they're probably not gonna end how you want them to, especially in something like that. Like, she shouldn't have stayed with him, but it's like it could have been so perfect. So I guess that's why it made me mad. Comment down below if that's how you felt, because I was just so like sad about it that it made me not like the story. Then she like met Atlas at the end, and I was like, whoa. Like, I mean, I saw that coming kind of, but we had nothing of Atlas, so it's like you couldn't really fall in love with Atlas the same, you know, because we didn't have a ton of him. So This book, she wasn't even gonna write another one. This book, I feel like tied it together so it makes you love the story even more. It literally gives you so much of Atlas. I mean, it's half his point of view. It switches back and forth, which I love those kinds of books. I'm so glad that this one did that. I love this book. I really do. I'm gonna give some spoilers. If you haven't read the book and you don't want to hear spoilers, skip over this part. Okay, future Caitlin here. I just wanted to add in a little bit more about the book. I'm editing it right now and I feel like I didn't add in enough about the actual story of the second book. It starts right where the last one ended. Atlas and Lily, they had just met on the street, and then it's like literally seconds after, and both of them like can't stop thinking about it. They don't know if they should reach out to each other because she knows that Ryle does not like Atlas and she doesn't want to cause conflict when she has a baby. Basically, they're like battling the outcomes of their future throughout the book, because Lily doesn't know if she should give Atlas a try because she doesn't want to create conflict with Ryle. Another cute thing is we also get a lot more of her daughter and like the mother relationship that they have, so that's really cute. Once her and Atlas kind of start talking, you're kind of like waiting the whole book for Ryle to find out or her to tell Ryle. Also, going off of this, Atlas has a brother, so you get to see a lot more of Atlas and his home life and his side of the story during the past and everything. It just makes him look more like a father, I guess. So he looks like he kind of fits for Lily a little bit more because she's mom, and so now he's kind of like a father, even though it's a brother. Ryle ends up finding out. This is where you kind of get like, he for sure thinks that Atlas is the reason why they broke up. Before, I was like, you know, there might be hope for Ryle in the future, but then he blames the whole situation on Atlas, and it just made me not like him at all anymore, because how can you think after hitting your wife that it's still someone else's fault, you know? I feel like if you were a person that wasn't solely set on Atlas in the first book, it is so good to read this next book because it gets your like thoughts totally away from Ryle, because he's just terrible, and you see he still hasn't changed. After she notices that he still hasn't changed, she like sits down with him, Alyssa and Marshall, sets boundaries, and like basically it's like you have to have supervised visits with the girls, not gonna let him see Riley either without people around. And it's really sad, but it's the right thing to do. Basically, they have like a happy ending. She moves in with him. Once she moves in, then it just skips super fast and they get married. Yeah, it was really good. Now let's cut back to the video. It ended happy. It like summed up the entire story, which I love. So if you've read It Ends With Us, you have to read this book. Like, it just makes sense. It makes reading It Ends With Us just 10 times better if you read this one, because you're not mad, you know. There's hope for their future. That is my reading vlog. If you want me to do like more of these, I will. It's just kind of hard with college, like videoing places. I only have one more book, and then I'm gonna make a book video about all the books I've read so far. Subscribe so you can see more book videos. Hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you when I see you.